Hi, I'm Gavin Pitchford. I'm with Delta Management Group. We're the founders of the Canada's Clean 50. We're here today in the Holcim Gallery at Brickworks, and we're going to do an interview with Bill Galloway, who's the Vice President for Holcim.
My role with Holcim, I've been an operating guy all my life, and with Holcim, I've run all of the businesses, either directly or indirectly, that Holcim's engaged with. So when I refer to my aha moment being back in the 2000s, I ran the aggregate business. So I was faced head-on with the aggregates being the flashpoint. We recognized that there were these problems in the industry, and that we were trying to work with stakeholders, with our major sites, to really be a trusted partner in the community, and that's when it all started for Holcim.
So, Bill, tell me about the SERA initiative. What's that meant to Holcim, and how did you get into it?
It's meant to be a best practices not only for operating a sand and gravel pit or a quarry once you've got your license, but it's also meant to be a best practices certification as to where you go to, either if you're doing an expansion of existing operation, or where you go if you're going to do a greenfield operation, and look at it not only operationally, but look at it from a community perspective and from an environmental perspective. And then when you're talking about community, you also have to talk about First Nations, and making sure that you pay attention to the rights that First Nations have. And it's meant to raise the bar for the entire industry.
How did the Cornerstone partnership come to be?
We decided as a group to merge. So there was Holcim with Environmental Defense, who was the major NGO that fought aggregate licenses. And then we had some other municipal groups and other NGOs that were part of our SERA initiative. And then AFO and a separate group of NGOs, Ontario Nature, Gravel Watch being amongst them, other industry players. So now we're all together under one umbrella, all with the same common goals.
So you've partnered with a lot of different organizations, one of which obviously is the Brickworks right here. Tell me about that.
We're one of the initial founding partners, and what we've tried to do here is put some products in here that are very right in the sustainability theme. For example, our pervious parking lot at the back, at the north end of the facility, and in effect allows stormwater to be just naturally drained through the concrete, and not only reduces the overall footprint, but it also deals with stormwater and water runoff, not only on the site but off the site as well. And we have various concrete products here that have very, very low levels of CO2. And
I think you've got your handprint out in one of the planters out there, I think I saw earlier.
You can see some handprints here from BGHCA, and it's absolutely fantastic. Special concrete, trial concrete with 10% limestone in it. One of our goals is to keep on not only reducing the amount of CO2 that we have and getting to our end product, not only in the product, but also the emissions that we have during our process.
One of the exciting initiatives you guys are getting involved in is I think you're changing the way in which you're working with the plant out in Mississauga. There's some heat recovery going on. Can you expand on that a little bit for us?
We've been working with InnerSource and OPA, and City of Mississauga, as well as the local community stakeholders, on a proposal to take the remaining heat that's viable coming out of our stack, and in fact put it through this heat recovery system. So it works out that we end up avoiding taking 33 gigawatts of power off of the grid, the amount of electricity 3,000 homes would use. It's the first one in the cement industry in Canada that we're aware of, and we believe it's the first one in Canada, period.
Did Holcim have to look at a different way of calculating ROI in order to get that to work?
It's a long payback. And frankly, that's why the partnership and the collaboration with InnerSource, our local provider, and OPA was important. We're really creating a new set of rules, a new science, and it is all about innovation and a different way of thinking. You know, how do you get a whole bunch of engineers to start thinking about the environmental aspects? The number of 25, mid-20s male, female folks that we have in our organization is incredible. And what's important to them in terms of the companies they work for is that this is an expectation. Sustainability is an expectation of the way to do business.
Right.
And
it's table stakes.
It's table stakes.
Right.